guys, Mark here with another fragrance review, this time on the house of Comme des Garcons. This one's simply called Play. Now this should not be confused with the trio that was released back in 2010 where they had similar shaped bottles with little hearts. They had the colors of red, black, and green. This is not the red version. This one was released earlier than those and is actually discontinued from the house of Comme des Garcons, so a little harder to find this one. Now this one, I noticed with all my testing, is probably one of the safest from the house of Comme des Garcons. I've tested a few of their fragrances. I own several from the brand, but it still has that small touch of bizarre or uniqueness that the brand is known for. Hence, I actually put this in my starting lineup. I believe I did that in 2010, where I named this my most daring scent for summer in that starting lineup. So it does have that little uniqueness or bizarreness to it to keep you entertained. So let's delve into Play, and I'm going to let you guys know what this fragrance feels like to me. Time to take a look at a presentation for Comme des Garcons Play. Let's take a look at the bottle and the box in full detail, guys. And of course, here on the Robe Zoe channel, we take a look at the box first. And as you can see, just a plain white box with basically a drawn-in heart with two eyeballs. Kind of creepy looking, to be honest. Let's flip her over, and all your information's in here. You got your batch code here, 100 ml, eau de toilette. Let's open her up. There's actually foam inserts in this one, which is nice. 888 did not have foam inserts, so it's actually really nice to have that in the box, so the bottle sits nice and snug in there. Now let's take a look at the bottle. Again, same creepy heart. This is actually the logo of their Play series for Comme des Garcons. They have a clothing line based on this also. And you see, of course, the little drawn heart with the eyes on here. Very simplistic rectangular bottle. All your information is actually at the back of the bottle, as you can see here. Comme des Garcons, blah, blah, blah. Nothing at the bottom here. And a simplistic chromed out cap. And just basically regular spritzer on this one. Nothing crazy here, but it works well. And that's what we look for. So guys, let's start off our Comme des Garcons Play fragrance review. Let's take a look at bottle sizes for Play, guys. It comes in one size fits all, 100 ml, 3.4 ounce. You're looking retail price around $100. That's basically what I purchased this for. I'd be hard pressed to pay more than that. Even if it's discontinued, you know, on eBay, sometimes fragrances that get discontinued up the price. $100 or less for this fragrance if I find it online. That would be my cap. Just FYI, I really don't think this is worth a premium price. Now, it hit the shelves back in 2007, so much earlier than that trio, the Play trio of the red, green, and black. Just FYI, the red of that Play trio that's still available from Comme des Garcons is not the same juice as this guy, just an FYI. Has it been in any of my top 10 lists as awards? No, it has not. Group, this is a citrus aromatic fragrance. Parfumé Orléans Grichard. Recommended age for this fragrance, I really think this is, I believe, unisex fragrance. I could see men and women wearing this fragrance. And to be honest, this is a citrus-based fragrance, and I would have to say that this is basically, anybody can wear it. Any age, if you like it, wear it, basically. How many sprays in wear? I go 1 on the chest, 2 on the neck, right behind the ears here. I'm set. 3 sprays with Play is good enough. Let's take a look at the notes. Now, the top notes on this one, we got bitter orange. You're getting a lot of that. A little bit of black pepper and lots of lime. In the mid, we got lots of saffron, thyme, sage. We got some C notes. And in the base, we got oak moss and patch. So it's going to be a green ending. So guys, let's sniff out Play from Comme des Garcons. Time to sniff out Play from Comme des Garcons. I'm going to let you guys know what this fragrance smells like from top to bottom. Do a nice initial spray here on my hand to remind me of this introduction. Now, Play is one of those fragrances, I'm sure you guys had that experience before, that you have like a love-hate relationship with the fragrance. You really enjoyed the fragrance when you first purchased it. You're like, oh, this is going to be great. I really felt like this was a nice invigorating lime and orange-based fragrance that I could put in my top 20 lists for, of course, summer and spring, and wear a lot of it. The more I tested this fragrance, the more it did not make the top 20 list, and kind of fell out of favor with me, to be honest with you guys. The more I wear, the more I test, the more this one kind of fell flat on my skin. And you guys will know a lot more about that, of course, in the overview. So let's sniff this fragrance. I'm going to let you guys know what this smells like. And The first thing that hits your nose in this fragrance is the fresh notes. You can't miss them. They're going to be major players in this fragrance. They're going to last basically almost the whole life of the fragrance. These fresh notes don't quit. That's a good thing. But on the other side of the coin, when you have a lot of fresh notes that are going to be major players in a fragrance, sometimes they don't mix. And that's what kind of happened with play here. So let's take a look at it. Now, the two fresh notes that I really felt made this fragrance were the lime and, of course, the bitter orange. These two are going head to head throughout the whole fragrance. Now, on some wearings, these guys, especially when I first purchased this, really invigorating, fresh, what you were looking for an orange and lime-based fragrance. Really nicely done, juicy, well done. Now, the more I tested it, the more I delved into this fragrance, the more I looked into it and started to work onto my review of this fragrance, the more I felt like these notes just seemed like they shouldn't be mixed together. One of them should have been a supporting role, but they were both up there, up front, all the time. It really kind of made my nose wrinkle on most wearings and felt like it was a bitter orange-based fragrance sprayed on my hand and then another lime-based fragrance sprayed on my hand. And it was a mix that just I couldn't rub off. It was wrong. Now, weirdly enough, as most Comme des Garcons do, they're going to kind of give you like an industrial vibe or a weird vibe to the fragrance. And play, same thing. These notes meshed together. At times it felt like it was fresh, but it had like a plasticky feel to it. Some kind of say that it smells like CDs or something like that. I definitely agree with that. It has like a plasticky vibe to it. Now, the more I delved into this fragrance, the orange, the bitter orange in this fragrance, the citrus, smelled like orange tang powder. The powder that you purchase in grocery stores. I don't know if they still have those available. I think they do. But I remember that it kind of gave me that orange tang powder feel. And I believe I'm not the only one that mentioned that. Really reminds me of that. So if you're a fan of that, smell it out. The lime in here is well done. I gotta admit it, Comme des Garcons did a nice juicy lime. It lasts, it hangs on, and it gives a nice punch to the fragrance. There's a small hint of pepper in here, kind of giving us a little bit of backbone, but it's really light and doesn't really affect the fragrance that much, only really a supporting role to the fragrance. Now the C notes, a lot of people said that they didn't feel much C notes in this fragrance. I felt a lot of C notes coming into this intro and then of course in the mid. I really felt like it gave this fragrance a really fresh feeling, of course adding to the lime and the bitter orange. This opening, to be honest with you guys, may turn you off as a user. It could turn you off as being a Comme des Garcons lover. It might not be daring enough for you. I know a lot of course, Comme des Garcons has a cult following and they love their daring fragrances. This is not the most daring from the house, and this could become a disappointment to you. Or it could be kind of strange to somebody that's kind of new to this lime bitter orange combo, and of course that C note and that kind of plasticky like feel in the top. So really a different and daring introduction. Again, still kind of fresh. Now in the mid in this fragrance, once it dries down, the saffron kind of comes up, and this also is going to turn some people off and could be a reason why you would hate this fragrance. Now with the saffron, you got the C notes in here with the bitter orange and the lime still going strong. This fragrance really shows its identity in the mid. Some herbal notes show up but never really took over, as the fresh notes were really up close and center stage. The bitter orange gets kind of jammy here. Some say it smells like marmalade, and to be honest, I would agree with that assessment. It really kind of smells like marmalade. Some say they had a good dose of incense in this fragrance, and it's not in the note breakdown. And when I had heard that, I really wanted to dissect this fragrance a little more and see if I got some incense. Sadly, I never really got much smoke or real incense in this mid or base, sadly enough. I still think with all these notes in the mid, the main players are still that orange, that lime, and that C note with a little bit of saffron coming in to make things interesting. Now, in the base of this fragrance, it just dries down to what you actually received in the mid. Again, not much transition in this fragrance. Again, major players, lime, orange, saffron, a little bit of the herbal notes. You got the oak moss kind of peeking through. No patchouli in this fragrance at all. I didn't smell any. Really just all these notes kind of slowing down on your skin, and that's about it. So guys, let's get to the overview of play. Welcome to the overview on Play by Comme des Garcons. When I started wearing this fragrance, I knew this was going to be one of the easiest ones to wear from the Comme des Garcons house. When I mean that, I mean it's versatile. It's going to be a little safer than their usual releases. Their bread and butter, Comme des Garcons, is to be daring and bold, and this fragrance is neither. This is a very safe, versatile fragrance. Now, because of that, this may not impress the legion of Comme des Garcons fans out there. If you are watching and you are a Comme des Garcons fan and you're kind of inquiring about this fragrance, this is not off the wall. It's not unique. It's not Comme des Garcons' bread and butter. And honestly, this is not the best from the brand. They do much better fragrances than this one right here. Now, at times the lime and bitter orange just felt like it never meshed on my skin, never really clicked, never really did it for me, honestly. In short, it's not a scrubber, it doesn't smell bad, but it just really didn't work for me. It didn't, get me excited on my fragrance of the day. When I started wearing this, I was just like, it's, going through the process. And with a fragrance like this at premium price, now when I'm talking premium price, I'm looking at $80 or more for a fragrance, which this comes into play. And those type of fragrances, A, they gotta be unique. B, they gotta be, quality. They gotta, keep me entertained. The blend must be well done. Quality must be high up. And Play just never really got into that. It was just a nice fragrance, but really when I'm paying that premium price, I gotta be impressed. I want to wear it day after day after day. And to be honest, it just kind of got old on my skin, and I just really didn't enjoy it that much. Now, on the other hand, the one thing I did enjoy about this one is it's actually highly versatile. This can be someone's signature scent, work scent. It can be really definitely unisex. Men and women alike can wear it. I really like the lime note in here, really juicy, and I actually felt the lime note during the whole time of the fragrance, which is quite unique in a fragrance, definitely. The one thing I did not like, of course, is the blend of notes. Bitter orange and lime together just didn't work for me. Now, why would you hate this fragrance? Well, of course, the bitter orange. If you don't like orange in your fragrances, for me, you got to do it well. Artisan from John Varvatos got cut because I don't like that. Kind of reminds me of Orange Pledge. This one, not Orange Pledge, like it kind of smelled like tang, powdered tang. But again, orange has to be done well for me in a fragrance to really get me excited about it. This one, not so much. The mesh of notes, again, that was a factor for me. I really felt like the blend just didn't work for me. Being a Comme des Garcons fan, if you're a CDG fan out there and you haven't smelt this, you may get disappointed smelling it. Now, bottles. This fragrance, to be honest, I never really smelt a blend like this before. If you like oranges in your fragrances, bitter orange, test this one out. And again, same thing with lime. You must be tolerant of saffron. Also, I really felt like saffron could be a reason why you would hate it also. I tolerated it, it was okay, but it is in this fragrance. So that's one thing to just look at. Best time to wear this fragrance, again, this one, summer relaxation, picnic or going to the beach, daily wear, going for walks outside, that type of feeling. I really felt like this was a casual use type fragrance for daily use. Compliment factor for this one, none. I didn't get any. And you're going to see a lot of that in a lot of fragrance reviews. Doesn't mean it's a bad fragrance or not, but I just never got any real compliments on this fragrance. Nobody asked me, oh, what are you wearing? Can I get the name of the fragrance? That's like a huge compliment. But no, never got anything from it. I went fishing for compliments, and it was the usual suspects. Smells nice, oh, I don't like that, things like that. So nothing groundbreaking with, of course, Play. My 2 cents with this fragrance. A scent I would probably look over, honestly. You aren't really missing much if you miss this fragrance in your Comme des Garcons arsenal. I liked it in early 2010, but the more I tested this one, the more I felt like it was missing a few things. And some notes here just don't work together. If you like lime, or even huge orange notes in your fragrances, check this one out. Honestly, yeah, you may love this fragrance. I'm not a huge orange-based fan from the get-go. And this may be the reason. Saffron is also a reason. But honestly, I wasn't overly impressed with this fragrance. Quality versus price, I'm going to do this with a little more expensive juices like this one. As far as price goes, Comme des Garcons have excellent prices for their juices. I really like their price points. but this one isn't the best work from the line. Honestly, it can work for the right person. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's just middle of the road, and for the price, you can't go middle of the road. You gotta love it. And this goes from buy, try, or pass, guys. This is going to be a borderline try or even pass. Since it is discontinued, I would say just pass on it, unless you're a huge lime lover. You absolutely love tang, and you want like a bitter orange type fragrance. This one may be for you. But this is more of a borderline pass to a try. So let's get to the rating system and see how Play does against the rest. See ya, YouTube. Alright guys, let's rate Play by Comme des Garcons Projection. 6 bottles out of 10. Actually pretty solid for a summertime scent. Longevity, 7 bottles out of 10. Any given wearing, 7 to 9 hours on my skin are really good. Versatility, again, pretty good. 8 bottles out of 10, pretty high versatility. Overall smell, this is where it lacks. I really didn't like the blend. Good 5 bottles out of 10. Seasons, I mostly wear this in the summer and spring, daily use. Also fall, it's got a little bit of backbone. It can stay on your skin, so fall would also be a good season. Signature scent, perhaps. This is a versatile scent, easy to wear. The blend was off-putting for me. Solid, but I need more for the price that you'd be paying for this type of fragrance. Overall, I'm going to give this one 6 bottles out of 10.